Hello and welcome everybody to the first inaugural Redroom broadcast. I apologize for all the tech issues. We've been trying to set it up today. It went flawless on our last one, but just as broadcast goes, can never go right the second time around. I'm your broadcaster, Dutch Churchward. I'm going to be with you throughout the whole stream here, and I sincerely apologize if we can't get any player audio. The player mics we've been trying to set up for a while, just not really going to be working tonight. But it is going to be a 1-2 game. Here are the stacks. Obviously, I know there are some issues going forward with trying to get cameras adjusted and all that kind of stuff. Obviously, we're on a really massive delay, so I apologize. If there's a bunch of downtime, times where I mute my mic, we just stay on certain scenes. But I'm going to give you kind of a rundown of the whole stream, what we're doing here, what we plan to do going forward, who I am, who the players are, the whole rundown. So, obviously, we're the Redroom. We're Ace High in Oxford, Ohio. And this is a massive production we've been trying to put on for, probably 5 months at this point. And it's been a haul, but, we're trying to get the kinks worked out. But obviously, as you guys in the chat who have been waiting, which we appreciate, it's been quite the production, to say the least. So, without further ado, I'm going to give you a little bit of a rundown of the stack sizes, obviously action so far, just the general organization consensus of the day and what we're going to be doing later tonight, who the alternates are in the broadcast list, all that. So this is a 1-2 game. Like I said, we're going to be starting at about 300 average stack. Everyone here has been on the wait list. Obviously, I'm going to shamelessly plug it here. Go get on the wait list if you want to play this game. We schedule them out per event, so get your seats while you can. And all these players who have joined us here tonight, very happily, willingly, obviously glad to host them. But we should be getting into the action here pretty soon. And other than that, I can't guarantee how soon it's going to be just because we put the commentary up pretty soon. Let me... Sorry, just checking all the settings here. I'm sorry, guys. It's not the lodge. I apologize. We'll be in the next few streams, but can't guarantee it now. So, Hunter has not been on the stream before. Sam has. He's buying in for that 300. And Sam has been a very consistent player in the club. Obviously, one of the great guys around here. And he has really consistently given us a lot of leniency and a lot of help with the setup. So very happy to have Sam here tonight. Sorry, while I'm doing this, I also have to be adjusting cameras. Sorry, everyone. It's a multi-setup here. We have no clue why the cameras are acting up today. But I'll keep going down that list. So Craig obviously has been a super consistent player at the club. He was actually here when the last club was here, Newgate Arena. And he has been playing in the Oxford scene for probably 3-4 years at this point. He just graduated college, so congratulations to Craig. A really just phenomenal guy. Obviously, love to have him on the stream whenever he can, and just a really cool dude to hang out with. Chris is going to be new to the stream. He is one of the players that we have not seen too much, but we're excited to see his results on the broadcast tonight. Nick is a sorry, I don't have my broadcast sheet on me, but Nick is a dealer down at the Hard Rock. Has been dealing now for 2-3 years, and he's been a pretty consistent player in the Oxford area, and just a super, super great guy. Got here the earliest today, so you can tell he's ready to play this game, and hopefully we'll see some big wins out of Nick, and hopefully everybody here. We want everybody to be happy. Greg, I can't say enough about Greg, honestly. Greg has been he's been a poker player for 20-plus years at this point. He is basically the foundation on which Oxford poker stands on, especially the Ace High Redroom, and just Ace High in general. Greg has been really the consensus for this shop and this poker club now for the past 8 months that we've been open. And we are a very new place, so again, I apologize. It's not the lodge. We're just trying to go, literally hand by hand here and try and get everything worked out. But Greg has been, Greg is the one that we can truly, truly count on to always, give us help if we need it, always give us guidance in the poker scene. So watch Greg tonight, cheer him on, please, as well as every other player. But Greg especially, as he has been such a help in this process. Let me keep running down the list here. Max, a bit of a new player to the scene, and one which I'm definitely going to have my eye on tonight. He's a great player. Everyone at this table is a great player, but Max especially I've seen big results out of in the local scene. I've played with him a few times at Ruggles and Spades, shouts out. And then Logan. Logan is a new player as well. Don't have too much info on him, but excited to see where he goes tonight. I may have to send it to a be right back here, as we are just, this is pretty much just us working out technical difficulties. But once we get back into the action, I'll be right back with you. And I forgot to introduce myself. I'm the broadcaster, Dutch Churchward. Again, I apologize if I'm not the perfect broadcaster tonight. I come from a traditional sports background, so I've been a poker player myself for about 2 years, so hopefully, you know, I at least know what everything means, obviously. But, you know, as we get more into the hands, oh, and look at this beautiful overlay. Looks like we will actually be getting into the action here in hand 2. So I will not be sending us to a be right back. Please, please, please recommend the stream to your friends. Thank you, everybody, for showing up this early. You know, I know I'm talking to the crowd here that's literally here at minute 1. You guys have been waiting. I'm sorry for that delay. But, yeah, we should be getting back into it. Got to make sure the overlay works here. But let's have a great night, everyone. And I appreciate you guys all for tuning into the stream and supporting us so early. It only gets better from here, and I hope you have a great time watching. Let's get into the action. The overlay may not be displaying the chips right now. Or, sorry, the cards. There we go. There's that beautiful, beautiful overlay. So let's get right into the action. Let's start to, hopefully we can have a few action 5 hands here to start, show you guys what it's worth. But as you can see, the overlays, we've been working with RF Poker. It is powered by RF Poker. They have been massively helpful in the support of this club and just in the support of this setup in general. And obviously, you know, we got to put more decorations on the walls, and we need to get more things figured out. But the first flop, Ace-Jack, Ace-5, and King-10. We are going to be seeing Ace-9-Jack. So it is going to be Craig flopping the 2 pair there. Going to need to get value. Chris in a difficult spot here. Jaybird with a bit of quite the draw here. So no one's going to be, I don't think, going anywhere, at least on this first street. Going to be definitely an action flop for these players. As we get into the betting. Oh, Craig going to be betting out for 45. Big bet. Doesn't want to let any draws get there with that 2 pair. Jaybird going to have the tough decision of calling here. Could just lay it down. 45 is a great price. He is going to be laying it down in the second hand of the night, and already an action flop starting off. Craig starting out hot. He was for the marketing broadcast, he was the biggest winner. I believe he came out about 800 ahead in profit. So Craig is definitely going to be one of those players that I think everyone's going to be looking out for. He has always been a very, very strong cash player, and it's always been really, really exciting to kind of watch him work in these games. So we get into hand 3 here. Looks like they're just going to be doing some chip counts beforehand. So already, Chris, we did have the game going a bit before this, just so the players didn't have to sit and wait for an hour while we fumbled around with technical difficulties. And, you know, players are already up $100+. So the overlay it's, you know, completely correct, but there's just been a lot of action before we actually started streaming tonight. So it looks like we may get another, boy, everyone picked up quite the hand here. Pocket 7s against Pocket 7s, Hunter versus Jaybird. Going to have absolutely no outs there. But looks like it's just going to be a pretty cheap flop here. Quick raise to 12. Only ranges calling are pretty much going to be Max. Sam, if he's feeling frisky with Queen 9 suited, he is going to be calling here. And, boy, it's just about the whole table to the flop here. Is going to be King 9-8 here for the first flop. It is going to be Sam picking up that middle pair. And obviously, Hunter and Jaybird in a little bit of a difficult spot here. They have an underpair to the board. Nick is going to be picking up the king. So he is definitely going nowhere. We'll see. He is going to be choosing to bet out there. Little $20 bet. It's going to be Sam calling that down. It is now going to be going heads up to the turn here. 5 of clubs isn't going to improve Sam at all. If Nick goes for a big bet here, it's going to be hard for Sam to stay in. Going to be betting out for what looks like 40 here. Going to be tough with second pair to call this down. Knows a king might be lurking, but Sam reaching for calling chips. He is going to be making the call. He knows it might be thin equity. The river is going to be another king, so it's Nick with trips here. And Sam definitely may not be feeling in the best of spots here. He did just pick up a 2-pair on the river, but Nick obviously going to be picking up trips here. So Sam really needs to make sure he doesn't feel too safe on this board. Goes for the check. Nick here obviously going to try and extract value at the river. Puts out the $100 bet. Sam going to be in the tank for this one. Still thinking. I mean, it's definitely a marginal call, but a king is certainly in Nick's range here. Did just flat the raise pre-flop. It was actually Sam was the initial aggressor. So Sam put himself in quite the spot here. Nick with pretty much the dream board. Sam going to be making the call here, and Nick is going to be showing trips. Sam with quite the call. I can respect the hero call, but has to imagine the king is lurking somewhere there. Nick going for the pretty much going to be the aggressor on every street there and made it look like value. Catfish Poker in the chat. Nick will fold. Or sorry, Sam will fold. Oof. Brutal. Also, you guys are on the delay with me. Obviously, I am casting the delay here, so feel free to put anything in chat. Don't be too obnoxious. I've been casting Twitch chats for a while, so I know how it gets. Coming into hand 4 here. Sorry about that, guys. Had to just a camera, more technical difficulties. Okay, the flop is going to be 3-10-2, 2 hearts. It's going to be a very, very sneaky two pair here for Nick. I see in the chat, also Catfish Poker, we are civilish. I agree. Oh, Erica Curry. Greg, that's awesome. Yeah, we don't have any player mics tonight. Just, it's been difficult to get those set up. We had some, obviously, difficulties setting those up. So it'll just be me tonight. I apologize, guys. If you really want to, I can throw some music in the background or something as a secondary source. But, yeah, no table talk tonight. I apologize again. This will be next stream. Absolutely, we will have player mics. It's just more so we've had this stream planned for 4 days now, and it's pretty much impossible to get it up today. We literally spent 4 hours trying to get it, and we don't want to hold up the players too much. So if it's just casting audio, I hope my voice suffices. But it's going to be Nick with a 2-pair here. Sorry, I got to get back to the board. He's going to be calling here. Logan with an all-in. I apologize. Yeah, it's the 2-pair. And Nick is in great shape here. There's going to be a 9 on the river. Is going to improve Logan to the not flush. They're going to be running it twice, so he's going to chop up that one. The 2 is going to give a boat on the bottom for Nick. So an unlikely chop there. Nick got it in good, but just Queen of Hearts says on the overlay. It's just going to be a chop here. Obviously, Logan didn't get that lucky. But just a 2 of hearts here. Or sorry, a 2 of diamonds. And it's just going to be a chop. I really can't believe Logan caught that hard on the river, though. 28%. Got to love that. Going to be looking at the stacks here. It is Nick now going to be coming up about 247. He did buy in for the max. Chris is going to be up about 100 here. Craig up about 38, still not dipping down. And Hunter up marginal. Jaybird up marginal. No one losing too much yet. All right, we're going to be getting back into the action here. Sorry, guys. But had to mute as I talked to the producer there. Coming into hand 5 here. Hopefully I haven't missed too much. It's just stacks there for a minute. But hand 5 here. A lot more to come tonight, guys. So apologies on the first few. Chris with King 8 here. Interesting camera. Ace king here for Hunter. Ace 7 here for Greg. Greg going to be getting away from it. Hunter raises it to 15. Bit of a nit roll there from Greg. Love him, but that's how he loses almost no money. It is going to be heads up to the flop. It is 3-8 jack. Chris going to feel pretty good there with middle pair. No flush possibilities here for anyone, so Hunter kind of has to pray for a pair. Literally one out here for Hunter. Terrible spot to be in for ace king. Looks like Hunter going to be counting out chips here. This is going to be a fold. I gotta get some background audio going here. This is me. Catfish Poker, I appreciate you for plugging the stream so much. We're back. Apologies, everyone. Just keeps, games keep presenting. But we'll be getting back into the hand here, into hand 7. Ace 2. We'll be waking up with that for Craig, obviously. One of my favorite hands personally. Obviously, you automatically start with the draw to the wheel. 5-4 off here for Chris. Going to be Jack 6 suited here for Max. A little bit of a loose range, but I don't hate it. It's a cash game. Looks like it's going to be mostly folding around here. 7-3 and 7-4 off. King Queen here for Nick offsuit. Definitely going to be at least calling the 5. Actually going to be raising here. raising to 15. Only ranges that can really call are going to be ace deuce and suited connector. It would be a little loose for 7-6 and 5-4 to call here. Going to be seeing a call out of Jaybird. And we're going to be going 4 ways to the flop. Great equity here for Nick, and he's just going to flop a 2-pair. He's going to be keeping in ace-2 here, obviously. Feels like a top pair. Ace-2 might try and go for some blocker here, just to try and keep those draws out. And it's just going to be fold, fold, fold. Interesting to fold ace-deuce there. Very disciplined to fold top pair. Nick is going to be gaining slowly a chip advantage here. Greg, obviously, going to be seen in the hat there right next to Nick. Again, love Greg. He got absolutely brutally coolered last stream. It was a guy went on 2 streets, went runner, runner 5. 5 on the top board, 5 on the bottom for both straights. Absolutely brutal. Going to be moving into hand 8 here. Obviously, already dealt out. Going to be going to the flop. Apologies, I got my attention on about 5 different things right now. The flop is going to be 6-10-9. Not connecting too well. Nick's still going to be ahead here in theory. And it is going to be a fold from Nick. Nick now taking the absolute lead here for the earnings. Everyone else marginal, but Sam in that initial hand, I believe it was, I don't believe it was caught on stream, but he did call the $100 bet with the middle 2 pair, which obviously did not help. Nick obviously just being in the industry. Knows more. He really lives and breathes the game, obviously. So he's exactly where he wants to be. Again, I apologize for all the dead space, guys. Once we get player mics, it won't just be me here in front of a silent screen. There we go. Oh, it's going to be an action hand here. Ace Queen suited here versus King Queen versus sixes versus jacks. Boy, everyone's going to be wanting to jump in here. It is going to be a 3-bet with jacks. Obviously, most equity here. Most likely going to be a snap with Ace Queen, but King Queen off. He has to know there's at least a medium to high pocket pair lurking here. Is going to be making the fold. Thought process there is probably most likely that there's Ace King suited potentially hanging around. Could be just outkicked by one. And that's a terrible spot, especially if you're going 3 ways potentially with a 3-bet pot like this. We could see a large 4-bet or a 4-bet jam here. Pocket sixes going to be hard to stick around with for $60. Greg is going to be folding. And a great bet there by jacks. Obviously, you don't want to go too many ways with jacks. Is going to be isolating there and taking it down. Might have gotten more value, but there's always the chance there that Greg flops a set. Interesting strategy there with jacks. I mean, obviously, I personally have found terrible success with jacks. Typically, whenever I'm going more than one way. So I can respect the call there, but, you know, a real cash player, got to take the risk. Got to go 2-3 ways, hope you just flop the set, you know. The true degenerate way to play jacks. Sevens versus Queen 9 here. Chris is going to be calling. Fold from Greg. Ace 9 here for Nick. May go for the raise. It is going to be the initial aggression here from Logan with 9-8 suited. Sorry, Hunter. Apologies, the pocket sevens. Going to be isolated to the flop here. Pocket sevens versus 9-8 suited, a true flip. Board is going to be 2-6-2, pocket sevens in the lead here. Logan with a backdoor or any pair. Hunter here knows he's most likely ahead. It is just going to be a fold here after the bet there. I've seen a few comments. Apologies again about me. The audio just going completely silent. I do have to mute it every now and then. All right, we're back here. Coming to hand 13. It's going to be Queen Jack versus Ace 9 off versus Ace 6 suited here. It's going to be a 3-bet by Queen Jack. Interesting move here for 55. Ace 9 folding out. Max going to be showing the 6 and folding. There we go. Cards are getting dealt for hand 14 here. Nick going to be losing a little bit of that profit. Just a few thin calls here. Having to fold on the flop and turn. Slowly chipping away, but still up 263. Chris here, waking up with King Queen. Max with Ace Queen, or sorry, Ace 6 suited. Going to be going heads up to the flop. Thin equities here. Pretty much a race. Flop is going to be 3, 10, 8. No one getting a piece. Ace high still going to remain good here. Yeah, snap fold there for Max. See the luck distribution here. Nick is going to be 100% the luckiest here. Sam, unfortunately, at 0. So we have both ends of the spectrum here. Very lucky and the least lucky, obviously. It's going to be, basically, these percentages are essentially, you know, how many flops they connect with, you know, if they can hit a river, obviously, coming out the correct suits and everything. So Nick just on an absolute tear in participated pots here. Cards just going his way, and I guess that's why he's up about 300. You know, we're on a little break here. Let me check Twitch chat. Sorry, YouTube chat. Apologies. Did I just see Ace Queen suited get folded under the gun? Yes. I wouldn't have made the decision, but I'm a bit of a fish. And it gets folded anyway. Yep. Looks like they're just adjusting the cameras at the moment. Well, anyway, we got 55 people in the stream. How are we doing tonight, guys? Again, sorry, rocky start here, but keep the momentum going through the night. All right. We are back. Chris going to be flopping the flush draw here. Jack's going to be behind. Greg with the queen. All right, we are back. Again, we got about 4 more hours of this, so we'll get it worked out. Just to update the chat here, we are currently on a break to get cameras, chips counted, everything reset here. So I apologize for this long break. I see the chat here, and we did a test stream, but things will start working out today. But again, we will. There we go. Earnings go away. We'll continue to get it smooth here. Aces versus pocket tens as we just jump back in. Good lord. This is hand 17. It is going to be on that board. Aces taking it there. I'll have to see the pot count here if we get one. Looks like Gray going to be taking it down there. We are back now in 17. Looks like this may be a blind hand. Oh, nope. 6-7 suited here. Sam going to be calling. Bit of wider range, but a suited queen, never bad. Doesn't look like there's really any monsters lurking here. Strategist going to be checking it down, and looks like we're going 6 ways to the flop. Thank you. Flop is going to be 2-2 queen. Max obviously very happy. Absolutely out-flopping with one of the lowest equity pre-flop here. There's going to be a 6 to follow, and Max now. Going to be hard to get value on the next street. Sam actually going to be going for the bet here. Potentially trying to bluff everyone off of this. Going to get most likely just one caller here. And Max may even go for the raise. Just going to be calling, trying to get max value and waiting for Sam to potentially. It is the ace, not going to be a queen. No outs here, hit for Sam. So it is just Max. Nothing scary on the board here for Max to worry about. Nose trips probably best. Now, how does he get value? That's the question. Sam going to be checking it. Max needs to go for a sizing. A queen will call. Sam going to be putting out 100 here. Sam in a tough position. That ace on the river certainly doesn't make it easier for Max to get value here, but Sam could be making the hero call. We did see him make it earlier in the session. He's going to be showing the queen and folding here. A good fold. Most likely thinks he's folding to an ace, but probably has no clue that he's folding to trips there. Opting to stay in until the river there. Flopped a queen. Simply out-flopped by Max there. Nick slowly has, I'm going to keep track of him, his chip stack throughout. He is slowly just gaining chips. 272 was at 256, so about $16 picked up. Nick with king 3 suited, going to be calling the 2, just limping. Logan here with jacks. Going to be the initial aggressor. Haven't seen any calling cards yet. King 9 here for Chris. Jack's here board is going to be king, queen, 9. No hearts here in anyone's hand, so no real issue. You have a bet here of 25. Chris connecting with the king. Jack's in a kind of tough spot here. Nick with the king knows he has a weak kicker, so most likely Going to be getting out of the way to the initial aggression here of Chris. There's going to be Nick folding here, and jacks are going to be folding open too. Going to be seeing ace-king here from Nick. Ace-king just going to be taking it down pre-flop there. No real value. Does open fold. Audio cut out for... Sorry, cut out there, guys. Queens versus kings here. Obviously, snap all in. Not a hard decision. See if anything holds here. Let's see which one takes it. Is going to be 10-6 jack here for the first board. 9% now to improve for queens. Going to be another 10. Now a 3% chance. Has to hit one out. Is going to be the 5 of diamonds. King's going to take the first board. Obviously, Jaybird praying. The second flop. It is going to be a queen in the window, but a king in the window as well. How sick. That is a brutal, brutal board there. Not what you want to see. And obviously, Craig, Jaybird now dead. No more outs to hit. Wow. Both hitting a boat. Absolute cooler there for Jaybird. Players looks like they're having a field day with that one. Craig obviously very happy there. I mean, queen in the window, king just behind it. Craig now up 400, looking like his last session. All right, folks, we're resuming the action from the earnings screen. So sorry about the earnings screen. It has been somewhat hiccup after hiccup here. But we still got 3.5 hours to go. So people, if there's 3.5 hours more of earnings stream, I'm so sorry. We're getting it fixed. We're getting it fixed. Goes smooth. Hopefully here soon. Gonna see 7-2 here for Nick. Please. Oh, it's an all-in already. All right. Sam jams for 150 with King Queen suited. With 10-9, surely no calls here. Sam would be a madman. Was not. It was a jam. All right. Stacks are getting counted out. It is going to be Chris calling with 10-9 suited. 35% equity here for Chris. A wild call, but I have to respect it as a frequent cash player myself. Not one I would make, but God love he gets lucky. The flop is going to be 3 ace 3 here. King Queen still going to be in the lead. It's going to be a 6 now. 81% here for Sam. It's going to be the Jack 2. Keep the check mark on Sam here, at least for the first board. Looks like they are running it twice. Second board will be Jack King 2. Sam now. Massive equity lead. Turn is the Ace of Hearts. Chris now needs a heart. And the river is a diamond. It is going to be Chris getting nothing there. I don't... Overlay's bugging. Oh, it's a... You know... Gotta love broadcasts. Been in it for 8 years, and sometimes it's just how it goes. Craig now, still showing insane results. 400 up. Has slowed his pace of play a lot. VPIP going to be dropping down to probably 12 to 15% here. We saw in the last session when he was up about 800 that his VPIP dropped to, I think, 11% by the end. Anyway, how'd everyone enjoy the earnings screen? Gotta love it. King Queen here for Greg. Surely he raises. He does. He's going to raid to 15. That's a classic Greg move. Ace Jack is going to be Nick in front of him in action. Ace 2 here for Jaybird, going to be folding. Pocket 6 is here for Sam. Going to be making the call. Ace 2 here now unsuited. Going to be going 4 ways to the flop. Definitely going to be an action flop. There's going to be 4, 6, 3 here. It is going to be Sam flopping a set. Still has to dodge hearts here. Even the back door can be scary. Would be a cooler if it goes runner, runner, hearts. And Greg gets the queen high. Oh my God, it's just an instant $100 bet here from Sam. Talk about greedy value. Nick thinking about it. Gonna be folding here. Sam with just damn near ripping it. The set of sixes does not want to let any draws get further. I mean, someone could have flopped the world there. Sam now slowly recuperating. Was down 300, now only down 210. Back to the earnings screen. Right back to it. Up 400 for Craig. I'm sure, as you guys have literally written in the chat, the earnings the earnings numbers. Coming to hand 24 here. I think hopefully it's going to smooth out a little bit. Again, like I said, only better than complete silence in an earnings screen. Going to be pocket threes here for Nick. I can just feel a set coming. Going to be raising now to 12. Jaybird with ace 8. Going to be raising now to 30. Chris with jack 9 suited here. Going to be making the fold. And Greg with 8-5 suited here, surely making the fold. Pocket threes versus ace 8 now. Ahead by 10%. He's going to be 7-10 king. Pocket threes still going to be keeping the lead here. Only 5 outs for Jaybird. Putting out a bet now. Backdoor ace high flush. The turn. It's going to be a 2. Absolute brick. Going to be a $55 bet there from Jaybird. And it's an immediate laydown from Nick. Great bluff there from Jaybird. Nick obviously knowing that initial aggressor, Jaybird there, is going to have more kings and 10s in his range. Ace king, ace 10 suited. Could be on the ace high flush draw. A lot of things to be scared of when you have almost an under pair. Going to be jacks now for Max. It's been hot tonight. I think that's the 4th time we've seen jacks now. It's going to be queen 7 off versus jacks. Not something you see often. Jacks obviously in the lead here. The flop is going to be 8-3-9. Backdoor for Jaybird, pretty much the only potential, as the camera absolutely locks in there. And it goes away. Going to be a fold. Max picks it up. Jaybird there with a very aesthetic stack. Craig still at 407. Free bet percentage. Jaybird going to be the aggressor here most of the time. Coming to hand 26. Hey, at least we've been able to announce the last few, right? Everyone's got to be happy it's not an earnings screen. Slowly better and better, guys. Ace 9 here for Chris. Ace 8 here for Max. Oh, just folding around. Nick with ace 10 here, boy. Ace 8, ace 9, and ace 10. King 4 suited calling here. I love that. Now that's a cash player. Ace 9, Chris is still in. Chris is going to be raising, actually. Overlay told me he was out. But he's going to be raising here. Ace 10 going to be calling. Everyone calling, never mind. Surely action flop. It is going to be heart, diamond, heart, king 4 in a great spot here. No one catching much. Jaybird needs to at least try and float with any bluffs. It is going to be an immediate rip here. Logan with the 10 high flush draw. And Jaybird has him absolutely crushed with the king high flush draw. Might be a little too risky for Jaybird to call here. Knows he may be up against sets. Has to get lucky. He's going to be making the call. 72 here. And Chris would need to make an interesting decision to call. Knows he has backdoors, but is just going to be folding there. Never mind. There we go. Yep, King 4 versus 10-5. Cards are on their backs. Logan, any pair that is not a heart here. It is going to be a heart on the first turn. Did not realize they were running it twice. It's going to be a 4 on the second, so it is going to be Jaybird taking the first. Second is the 9 of diamonds. Still, Jaybird ahead on the bottom. And it is the Jack of hearts. Jaybird goes heart, heart. First turn, second river. Definitely obviously behind, but still doesn't feel good. Hard to come out each time. Craig now, 405, slowly, with that VPIP percentage. The blinds are coming around. Looks like a tournament player. Dealing out hand 27 here. Now we're back on good pace. Finally. Sorry to make the viewers at home wait. Hopefully, production can keep us straight. I'm just the lowly broadcaster, everyone. I apologize. King 6 suited here, going to be calling. Greg with King 4 off calling. He may be going for potentially a bluff, but it's Jaybird going to be raising now. $20 with Queen Jack. Sees weakness. Greg going to be folding as well. Everyone folding. I have gotten word that camera 5, this one actually, has been snapping in and out of place. So if you ever see a shot where it just hard pans, just know we're working on it, guys. Pocket 2s here for Chris. Pocket 2s never lose, as a man who snapped me off about 3 days ago in a tournament. I know it's a bad beat story, but board was King 7, 7, or 7, King 7. Guy has pocket 2s. I rip it all in. Guy snaps me off with pocket 2s, and they hold for the Ruggles 5K. Shouts out. Whoever that guy was, I mean, masterful call. Guy had me 3x covered, just figured, hell. Just snap him off with pocket 2s. So now I have a vengeance against pocket 2s. But I'm sure Chris will flop the set and, you know, all go peachy and well. Interesting here. 3-bet with King 9 suited here for Hunter, trying to make a move. And it is a all in here for Chris, 239. That is a great, what a play. I don't, pocket 2s never lose. You just jam pocket 2s and don't think about it, I guess. Wow. Had to show him to the table, too. $77 pot. What a play. Jack's here again. 5th time. Talk about running hot tonight. Man, I think Max has had him twice or 3 times now. Keep seeing the same hand. Queen 7 also hot tonight. Or I'm just looking out for it. Pocket 10s. Jaybird is going to be raising now. Greg making the fold. It is going to be folding back around. Jacks now versus 10s. It's going to be massive. Both of these players may want to get it all in pre. And camera 5 goes wild. It's going to be a call now. They are actually going to be going to a flop. No jam here. Neither feels good enough. Both one scared of queens or kings here. $217 pre-flop. Does anyone flop a set? It is going to be 2 ace king, 2 diamonds. Terrifying for both players. I don't think either feels like they're in a very good spot right now. Jack's obviously in a great spot, but certainly can't feel like it. Yep. Jack's here, gonna win. Couldn't even check the action. Too busy looking at camera 5. Coming to hand 30 here. Ace 3 versus ace 7. Going to be a $10 raise here from Nick. Going to be 4 ways to the flop here. Little action pre-flop. There's going to be ace 8-7. Ace 7 here, flopping the 2 pair. Definitely happy. Going to need to get value. Going to be betting out for 20. Pretty strong bet here. He's going to be calling. Going to be the 4 of hearts. Nick now almost guaranteed to win this. But as any poker player knows, almost is not good enough in these pots. It is just going to be a fold after a continuation bet. Camera 5 is giving us hell. Apologies, I got my eyes on 2 separate things. Hand 31 now. Craig losing, what, $8 of value over the past 10 hands? Gotta respect that guy. Able to lock up profits, that's for sure. Moving into hand 31 here. Queen 4 suited is going to be calling. Ace 2 most likely going to be either calling or making a raise here. And camera 5 snaps. It is going to be a raise from ace 2. $10 going to be getting called by jack 9 and ace 6. Queen 4 decides to stick around as well. if it's suited. Flop is going to be 5, Jack, Jack. It is going to be Sam. Going to be flopping trips. No possibility for, well, very low possibility for a hard draw here. Chris is the only one that can really even fight the odds to come back. Going to be hard to get value, though. Sam lining up a bet here. Seems like whenever Sam's strong, he just goes for the massive bet. Tries to pile in value early. Going to be getting folds out of really anything but a 5 here. And it does fold around. Sam looking like he's just waiting for strong hands and honestly taking the pretty much just the pre-flop profits. I can respect that. He's fighting back. He was down 300, now 183. Greg just staying super, super marginal. Nick going to be making the call with 9-7. And camera 5 snaps back. Max here with King 10 going to be raising, just takes it down. No one else with even playable hands for that price. Well, there's a slight break in the action here. King 10. Oh, kings for Jaybird. Didn't even realize there was a monster lurking here. And camera 5 snaps. And it snaps back. Kings versus King 10 here. Terrible, terrible spot for Nick. Needs the flush. Club in the window. 2 clubs on the flop. This could be disgusting. $30 bet here. Obviously, Nick not going anywhere with the king high flush draw. Nick going to be putting in a sizable raise here. 75 it looks like. 70. Turn here is going to be a 3. Going to improve kings. Now potential for a boat. It's going to be another massive bet by Nick. Jaybird getting pretty much exactly what he wants here. Knows he may be up against queens with the massive raise pre-flop. Has a tough decision to make. Most likely not going anywhere, though. Going to be making the call. Off to the river. Jaybird needs to fade a club, and it is not. Jaybird, more so of a confusing board now. Kings with the check mark, but I'm sure Jaybird doesn't feel too safe here. Might still try to go for value. Didn't even realize Nick ripped it. Jaybird in a brutal spot. For sure we'll see some tank time here. This feels like a brutal spot here for Jaybird. Queen spike quads on the river in his mind. Still feels almost impossible to fold in this spot. Looks like a little table talk going on between them. Again, apologies we can't have the player mics tonight, but you can infer that Jaybird feels definitely uncertain about this spot. Knows it could be a misdraw, but it's just such an aggressive line. I think if he really thinks about it, I mean, it just smells like a misdraw. Overbet jam on the river here. For an $800 pot, I'd be thinking pretty hard too. Definitely going to be upping on the tank time here. Checking his cards, maybe folding here. He's got the classic grip. Shaking his head. Usually I would say this is over-tanking, but a horrible spot here. Looks like they're almost talking it out on the table. He has now resorted to the flip the cards on their backs and ask for info. Still hasn't folded yet. Oh, he's so close to folding them. And he will be folding the kings. Pain there as Nick shows him the bluff. Brutal. What a massive bluff there. Now Nick going to be taking the lead, obviously, in that massive pot. 441 up. Jaybird will remember that one tonight, tomorrow, and most likely for the rest of his cash sessions. If it doesn't make sense, I guess just put the money in. Crazy bluff there, though, by Nick. That one really, you know, at least Nick had the respect to show him the bluff. Could have been like Greg, cold hard killer, never shows. That would hurt. And camera 5 snaps again. It's like an action shot every time. Just snaps back. Feels like we're just locking in 5 through 7. All right. We'll talk about the hand. Queen 8, Jack 7, Ace 9, Queen Jack. Obviously, Ace 9 is the most equity here, but... All right, Queen 8 is not in this hand. 3 ways. Going to be 4, 8, 2. Ace high still in a good position here. It is going to be the ace. Sam in an even better spot. Let's see if he goes for one of his hit the card massive bet. Going to be throwing out just a call. Chris with Jack 7. Drawing to the Jack high flush here. Sam needs to fade a club, and it is a spade. It's going to be dangerous, though. It does give Chris the Jack. And Sam just called, so he could go for a big bet here and potentially get a hero call out of a Jack. It's going to be a $50 bet here from Chris. Sam needs to pile money in here. No reason to just make a call. Top pair, almost always good in this spot. Just makes a call. Sam is going to show him the bad news. Has the ace. Sam looks like he's slowly getting it back. I know everyone hates him, but I need to see those earnings. Where is Sam at? What has he recuperated? That was a $100 and something pot. There it is. Only down 93. Sam is making a grind back here with pretty safe and solid plays, honestly. Nick now. I mean, the hand 35 here. Board's going to be 9-8-4. No one connecting too well, but Nick here open-ended. Wow, it is just going to be a jam here from Hunter. Interesting. I don't know if this jam is more so of a bluff. I mean, this kind of feels like a... I guess I can't say the term on air, but a certain type of bluff that you typically should not do in a spot like this. Always getting called by ace high flush draw. Could be getting called with 9-8-2 pair. Interesting jam here for Hunter. I can respect it. Nick may call this down. Also, I love the Tom and Jerry card protector there. Looks like we're going to be stacking those tank time stats here. And I'm sure you'll see them again. I'm sure you'll see the earnings again. All it takes is one slip up and you guys get to see earnings for about 30 minutes. Sorry again about that. Everyone here on a draw. Oh, it is going to be Nick making the call here. Knows he has good equity, at least somewhat decent equity. Jaybird getting out of the way. Nick now with only 37% equity. See if he can get lucky. Typically, we would tap the table and say good luck all in. Jack 10 versus King 10 here. King high obviously in the lead. Jack 10 needs to catch up. 8 outs for Nick. It is going to be the ace of diamonds for the first. Didn't realize they were running it twice. Going to be the 10 of diamonds. King 10, still going to take that. Nick on the bottom board is not going to be hitting anything. So that is going to be Hunter taking it down. Jack 10 is dead. I can respect the call there from Nick. Obviously, I mean, a little more, a little bit gambly, but hey, it's a cash game. You know what? He's got 700 more behind that. Craig now back in the lead after that pot. Always fighting for chip leader. Always. Jack 10 suited here for Sam. Going to be making the call. Ace 10 now for Hunter after picking up that massive pot. Ace Jack here for Nick after losing that massive pot. Boy, poker gods are giving some back here. Nick most likely going to be going for a raise. He's going to be raising to 20. Jaybird flees the scene. Call here going to be an action flop. 3 of the 10s out there. Battle of the face cards here. 4 in the window, but a king. It's going to be Chris now in the lead. 6% for everyone else. Looks like I might check up here, but Chris needs to start going for value. $30 bet, something light. Jack 10 and King 10 staying in here. Jack 10, interesting call. Obviously dead now on the turn. Sam knows it. Needs to not go for too big of a bluff here. Just goes for the check. Chris now jamming all in, 235. Sam obviously snap fold. Luck distribution. Hey, it's not earnings, folks. It's not earnings. All right. We can be happy about that. It's not earnings. But it is Nick the luckiest. I don't know if I would say the luckiest. I would love to see what those stats are based on. Jack 8 here. And camera 5 snaps back. Coming to hand 38 here. Also, I did just check the chat for the first time in like 20 minutes. I will turn my mic up. Apologies about that, guys. Get a little louder here. Flop is going to be 2 clubs here. Chris needs a backdoor. Ace 10 going to be taking the lead with top. Second pair here for Chris. Oh, just going to be folding. Respect for the discipline. Let me check the chat while the hands are slow here. Nick Chow, what's up? Been a while. Thank you, Catfish Poker. I appreciate it. Yeah, apologies again. Just trying to get those small things worked out, but appreciate all you guys for the support this stream. Is there any sound? Not today. I'm sorry. There's not any player mics right now. Tried to get it worked out, but this is pretty much the best we could get. If anyone, obviously anyone here from 30 minutes ago, 45 minutes ago can tell you it's been a little bit of a shit show, but hey, we're getting there, you know. You're just kind of stuck with me right now. Andrew Hegeman, thank you. All right, I'm going to get back to the hands here. Let's see. Hand 39. Get this pulled up. The flop is going to be King 7-3 here. King, top pair, good kicker. Nick going for a reasonably sized bet here. Going to clear out a lot of equity. Clears out all the equity. No callers. I feel in that spot, if I were there, I think I would typically check my whole range, try and keep some bluffs in. Not a lot of draws that can improve there. Has a good kicker. Tough to get value with a $25 bet, almost an over bet on the flop. I can respect potentially the continuation bet, but hard to get value there. Nick, though, certainly happy with where he's sitting in this cash game. Nick calling with 10-4 suited here. And Jay Bird with 10-4 suited in red. Going to be folding that. We'll see which decision was the right one. And 10-4 suited again. 10-4 suited 3 times. Everyone's outs are gone. Sam here going to be making the call. Ace-Jack here for Hunter. Going to be raising to 25. Don't think there's any calling hands here. Just going to be another boring takedown pot. Sam could get a little out of line here.
What are we doing? All right, hold on 1 second.
Craig, still in the lead here. We're back to the earnings, everyone. Welcome back. Craig up 391. Nick now. The 2 leaders getting closer. Chris and Hunter up very marginal. Coming to hand 41. More to come tonight, guys. Going to be a raise here of 20. Max with jacks. That is now the 4th time Max has had jacks. Max jacks, I guess. And snapping into the game for 5. Ace-6 now. 10-6 going to fold. Equity loss for Ace-6. 3-2 suited here for Jaybird. And the flop is 2 hearts. Jaybird in a great spot here. Backdoor here for Max. And snap into camera 5 again. Got a little production. And it snaps away. Going to be a $35 bet here from Jaybird. Sorry, $35 call. I apologize. Only 8 outs here for Jaybird. Staying in on a 24% chance. Decent equity for a draw. It is a very low draw, though. Has to hope. It is a heart. Jaybird going to be snagging that heart there. Max now could be put in an absolutely cooler spot as Jaybird going for what looks like a massive bluff. And it's a call from Jacks. Brutal spot there. Max cannot feel too good about that one. Jaybird definitely happy to get that one back. In terms of losses, they're not in the massive yet. We did have for our marketing stream. Someone was down 1,000, unfortunately. So it's a relatively tame night. We still have 3 hours to go, so we'll see where those stacks go. But Craig, most likely still going to be pushing for those double digits, but a more civil game, I guess you could say so far. Hand 42, you know, folks, we've had the last 10 hands pretty clean. Not a bunch of earnings, you know, no 20-minute mic mutes. So we're getting better. We're getting better. We're getting better. Really rough start to the first stream, but hey, I hope you guys stayed around, still hanging in there. 6, Jack 2 with 2 hearts. Backdoor for King Queen. Sam going to be betting 11. Seems like when Sam bets bigger, he gets more callers. Craig, now money has been redistributed a little bit. The chip leaders have lost a bit. We haven't seen the 400 range yet. Nick with queen jack. Most likely going for a raise here. Would be standard. Could try to limp an out flop. Is going to be raising to 10. And camera 5 snaps in. Ace 2 here for Chris. Ace 6 for Max. Any ace will be an action flop and most likely a cooler for sure. Oh, and a 7 in the window. It's action for everyone on this flop. 7 getting a piece of it. Queen jack, most likely hesitantly going to be continuing here. $25 bet from Chris, and obviously this could be a real cooler for ace deuce here. It is the 10 of spades here. Oh, and it is actually going to be a bet from Chris, and it's just going to be a folding top pair there. Craig now getting back up to 400. Sam down to 109. Was it 150? He's making his way back. Certainly grinding back. Sam has always been a player with a really strong mentality. Not a lot of tilt. I've played with him before at other local free rolls and even at the 5K. Just had a great time playing with him. He's always super cool under pressure. Doesn't tilt really at all. And, I mean, it takes that kind of mentality to climb back in poker. Little pause and play here. Hopefully we don't see the earnings screen again. Oh, no. It's setting up for it. Oh, there's the earnings again. Oh. We can go over it for the 900th time. Well, I may have to hit you guys with the classic mute. Go over the earnings one more time. Anyway, I'm going to take this time to look at Twitch chat, actually, since you guys are not muted. How we doing while the earnings are up, everyone? Catfish Poker, by the way. Absolutely plugging in the chat. Appreciate it, brother. All right. I'm going to send you guys to a break while we, I believe they're just doing stack counts so we can have accurate numbers here. I'm going to send you guys to a little break. Go run and get a drink. And we will be right back. Stay tuned, guys. Thanks. Oh my god, the earnings thing got me. No. I come back and a hand's going. I thought it was like a player break or something. The damn earnings screen got me. All right, let's get locked back in here. Camera 5 snaps back in. Nines versus king, queen here. Ace deuce suited. It will be action. I can just feel a set coming. Watch this. I think it's going to be nines that get a set. Oh. Not happening. It is going to be 2 clubs, though. So, backdoors here. Jaybird in a phenomenal spot, obviously. Overpair. Not a big one, but still an overpair. Ooh. Might need a floor betting line call there. Just joking, but the chip did go over. Just going to be betting 30 here from Jaybird. Pocket 6 is going to be staying in. It is a absolute brick. Pairs the board, but players may have probably would have heard by a full house by now. Heard of. Oh my God. Mixing my words up. Big bet here from Jaybird. Or sorry, from Hunter. 65. Jaybird's still going to feel like he's in a great spot here. Now Hunter's starting to represent those full houses. Obviously, pretty much a snap call here from Jaybird. Overpair is good most of the time, and it's a cooler if it's not. River is the 8 of clubs, inconsequential. Going to be a check here from Jaybird. Check, check. Hunter's going to see that he's behind the whole way. Jaybird showing pocket 9 is going to be taking that one down. Quick little $250 pot. Jaybird's starting to recoup. Let's see the notable players. Hey, guys, it's not earnings for once. Let's go. Overthinker, it's going to be... Wait, Greg? Really? Longest time in the tank? I thought it was going to be Jaybird. He was in the tank for like 4 minutes. King Jack versus Ace 5 here. No raises yet. Just infinite folding. There we go. Nick going to be raising to 15. Surely he's got to be probably the most aggressive player yet. Flop's going to be 9, 6, 8. Going to be favoring high card here. King Jack, no backdoor possibilities. Oh, okay. Or he could spike the king. You know what? That works too. Instantaneous bet here from Nick. Greg most likely going to be snap mucking. I've seen him in this spot before. He is. Shows the king. Jaybird is coming back. Was down about 300, now only down about 143. Hand 46 here as we approach the magical hand 50. Get about halfway through this night at hand 50. Going to be ace 8 as camera 5 snaps back in. Pocket 7's here for Chris. $10-7 here for Greg. Most certainly not calling. I don't know, though. Greg has some potentially interesting plays here. Just playing against him personally, I don't know if he's ever calling in this spot. He is going to be making the call here. Wow. He's not as behind as he thinks he is. Flop here needs to be good for Greg. It is going to be 10-9. Wow. Greg will just be spiking top pair there. Greg just snap jamming. Insane spot here for Chris. Pocket sevens.
Wait, who's all in? What's seat 6 and 4?
Unknown if they're going to be running it once or twice, but crazy spot here. Only one out here for Chris.
Whatever. What does Chris have? What does he have in 4? Or what does he have left over? Sorry.
Looks like they're just getting everything lined up. They're going to be running it twice.
Hold on.
Greg was cooler on the stream last time, so I'm sure he's happy to see this. Just needs to not have a bad beat here. First board, Chris drawing to 3% here. It is going to be 3 for 3% there. Now going to the second board.
Okay, there we go.
Chris still only drawing to 7% here. And it's the case 7 on the turn. Greg has to hate it. Oh, it's 3%. And they chop it up. No way. What a... Oh, man. He hits the one outer on the turn. Craig just baffled. That's gross. And Greg, for his efforts, $4. At least he's in position so he gets the 1. That is ridiculous. Man, that's... I mean, at least he got the first board clean. But nightmare for Greg there. Just absolutely brutal. Boy, Greg, on the table luck, that guy crushes me every time. He's hit 3 one-outers on me in the last 3 tournaments to knock me out. Gets on the broadcast, just all comes back to him. I don't know what to say. I feel bad for Greg there. He was so happy. And then the K7 comes out. Brutal. Well, that one will be clipped, that's for sure. Greg getting his TV time undisputed. Ace Jack here for Chris. Going to be raising to 15. Ace 4, always sticking around. Ace 8 too. King Queen here. Action flop for sure. Surprised we didn't see any 3-bets. Camera 5 snapping it. Going to a pretty cheap flop here with the premiums. Flop is going to be 9-8-7. Only backdoors here. No one connecting with this board. Jack looking for a 10. Turn is going to be the 2 of hearts. Flush draw. Gets there in these players' minds. Sam going to be going for a $15 bet. Greg here most likely can't stick around.
Camera.
Everyone sticks around here. It's going to be a 10 on the river. Exactly what Chris was looking for. Didn't need any more improvement, but most likely won't be finding any value unless Sam goes for some crazy bluff here. Yep. Well, we'll see. Just a check. Greg going to be laying it down. And it is... Chris with the straight. Not a lot of value, though. Notable players, Chris. 10 hands won. Chris and Chris for unstoppable and struggling. Most hands lost. That's impressive. He's got the top and the bottom. Chris also the maniac. Chris has every stat in the playbook, apparently. Chris is just our action player tonight. Hand 48, 2 hands away from hand 50. Halfway through. Haven't seen any monsters yet. Game 5, locking in. Is this everyone to the flat? I don't know if the thing is updated yet, but 2, 10, 3. Someone had to hit. I haven't even looked at the equities yet. It is going to be Jaybird here. Jack 10, top pair, good kicker. Folks, the camera's going to come back on in about 5 minutes. Apologies, the primary stream crashed. In that time, I'm going to take a little break. I said it would only get better, but apologies for that one. So we will be back in about 5 minutes. OBS just crashed on the other PC. Blame OBS. It's not us, guys. I swear it's not us. It's not even cameras this time. Just OBS. We're cooling for a minute. I'm going to go get a drink. I got pump faked by the break earlier, by the earnings. So I'm going to take a break. We're going to be coming back. It's going to be slightly farther in action, so I will be back. 5 minutes, guys.